This is Optimal Living Daily Relationships, episode 51. Relationships and the lies we tell ourselves and our friends. Sometimes the truth is that he really isn't into you. By Lisa Merlo-Booth of lisamerlobooth.com. Happy Monday, everyone. I'm Joss Marie, your host and personal narrator right here on the Relationships edition of Optimal Living Daily. This is the show where I cover posts from a variety of authors all about dating, friendships, parenting, and anything else relationship-based. To put it in a nutshell, it's a one-stop podcast where we sift through relationship content and choose from the best blogs so you don't have to. Today I have a post from Lisa Merlo-Booth of lisamerlobooth.com. Lisa is a brand new author for this podcast who will continue to read in the future. A listener of this show actually recommended this author. We reached out to the author quickly and were able to get her permission the very next day. So I just want to give a huge thank you to the listener who suggested Lisa's blog. And we'd love to hear your recommendations too. So please let us know if you'd like us to share one of your favorite authors or blogs. You can contact us by coming by oldpodcast.com or simply join our Facebook group. Just search for Optimal Living Daily in Facebook and request access to join the group. Or the shortcut link is oldpodcast.com/Facebook. That's oldpodcast.com/Facebook. Also, while this post is geared toward women, men can definitely benefit from it too. So let's get right down to it and start optimizing your life. Relationships and the lies we tell ourselves and our friends. Sometimes the truth is that he really isn't into you. By Lisa Merlo-Booth of lisamerlobooth.com. I just watched the movie He's Just Not That Into You and thought so many of the messages were incredibly accurate. It was funny to hear all the excuses women give each other to explain men's behavior. It was also sad to see and hear what we do and say to one another in an effort to save our friends' feelings. Women have a need to not hurt another's feelings. We also often have a need to be liked. These two needs can be deadly in dating relationships. Our need to be liked keeps us clinging to men who have no interest in a serious relationship. We ignore all the signs that tell us he's not interested, and then our friends encourage us to ignore them as well. We do the same to our friends, by the way. Common lies we tell each other. Number 1. Maybe he lost your number. Number 2. I'm sure he's just busy. He really works hard and doesn't go out much. Number 3. He's probably just shy. Why don't you just call him? What are we doing? This is not helping women. We need to stop worrying about hurting each other's feelings and start being determined to help each other. Sometimes the best gift we can give our friends is the truth. We can speak the truth with love, and we have to speak it. Below are 5 signs that he's not that into you or not good for you. Know them, memorize them, and be determined not to rationalize these behaviors to yourself or your friends. Number 1, he says he's going to call, but doesn't call within the first week. If he doesn't call, go on with your life. Do not hunt him down by calling or trying to bump into him. This is acting desperate, and desperate is unattractive and hurtful to you. Number 2, when he's out with you, he's frequently scanning the room rather than being interested in your conversation. I don't care if he's scanning for women, his friends, or the Pope. If he's often looking for something better, he's not that into you. After a while, you'll begin to feel as if he's got something better to do than be with you. This will chip away at your sense of worth. And you'll end up trying to prove how wonderful you are rather than realizing how wonderful you are. Number 3, his conversation is 90% about him, and he asks very little about you or your interests in life. If he doesn't ask about you, he doesn't care about you. If he cared, he'd be interested in your life, thoughts, struggles, and insights. Conversations should be two-way. If they're not, continue your dating search. Number 4, he flirts with other women right in front of you. We often laugh at this and say, Oh, that's just who he is. What? Okay, let's go with that one for a moment. If that's who he is, then why do you want him? If he flirts in front of you, then he flirts behind your back and he's just not that into you. Number 5, he acts as if you're lucky to be with him. Run. Don't walk with this one. This smells of narcissism. Get out before you actually start believing this message. The bottom line for women: if he acts disinterested, he is disinterested. Don't hang around to try to make him interested. Move on to the person you were meant to be with and stop pining for the one you weren't. We need to stop trying to convince men that we're a good catch. Instead, we need to know to the core of our being that we are. Every one of us has inherent worth, and as such, we deserve to be loved, cherished, and treated well. When we know this, the men will know it as well. If we don't know that we're worthy, then the men certainly won't know it either. Challenge: if you're out in the dating world, be determined to not settle for less than you deserve. Watch how he treats you and don't rationalize his disinterest or poor treatment. If you find yourself acting desperate, you need to do more internal work in order to be ready to date from a healthy place. If you don't believe in yourself, you're not ready to date. You just listened to the post titled, Relationships and the Lies We Tell Ourselves and Our Friends. Sometimes the truth is that he really isn't into you, by Lisa Merlo-Booth of lisamerlobooth.com. This is the first time we're featuring content from Lisa Merlo-Booth. She is a relationship coach who strives to help people develop positive and fulfilling relationships. Lisa has over 15 years of experience in the fields of therapy and coaching, and she has worked with hundreds of people on numerous relationship issues. Thanks again to the listener who recommended Lisa's blog. And please don't hesitate to let us know if you have a favorite author or blog we've never shared before on the show. We'd love to hear your suggestions. Just get in touch with us right at oldpodcast.com or share your suggestions in our Facebook group. Just search for Optimal Living Daily in Facebook and request access to join the group. Or the shortcut link is oldpodcast.com/Facebook. And just like that, we've got another episode in the books. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope to see you again tomorrow, where your optimal life awaits.
Hello, Life Optimizer. This is Justin Malik, creator and producer of this podcast, but also Optimal Living Daily, the show where I read to you from even more blogs covering finance, productivity, minimalism, personal development, and more from incredible bloggers like Derek Sivers, Zen Habits, Mark and Angel, The Minimalists, and all the ones you hear on this show too. So if you enjoyed today's episode and like taking amazing blogs on the go, come on over to Optimal Living Daily and subscribe to that one too. And together, we'll start optimizing your life.
You've been listening to Optimal Living Daily. Be sure to hit the subscribe button to stay up to date on each new episode and head to oldpodcast.com. That's OLDpodcast.com for a free gift as well as more actionable tips and resources to help you maximize your potential. Thanks for joining us, and remember, your optimal life awaits.